is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with another video for Tuesday. And we're going to talk about my Boston Celtics. I'm a Celtics fan. I was so happy coming into this year. We had so much hype. Everybody's saying that you lose an all-star and Gordon Hayward, and then you lose Kyrie for the playoffs, and now you don't have either one. This season, you get Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving back with a team that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and was a couple minutes away from getting to the NBA Finals, but you're adding two All-Stars back. Now we back in reality, and I told you guys this in my prediction of what's going to happen with the Celtics. You can't really go based off that because when they played together, they only played together for only a couple minutes. We didn't know how they was going to gel. We didn't know if it was going to work because Gordon Hayward got injured so quickly in that first game that we never seen how they would play. And we never will. Gordon Hayward will never be the same player that he used to. He might do some similar things. He might become a decent player. But at the same time, he will never be the Gordon Hayward that he was before. Even if he has to adjust and change his game, he's going to become a different player, so he won't be the same. So we got cheated as Celtics fans because we would never be able to see how a healthy Gordon Hayward with a healthy Kyrie and a healthy starting lineup and bench will ever play because we got robbed of that last year. But I told you guys that people were sleeping on Gordon Hayward. He can play. Obviously, I never seen the gruesomeness of the injury that he had. He lost a lot of explosiveness. He don't really have a lot of lift in his shot. He can't create a shot consistently enough. And when he does, he struggles finishing the shot, whether it's scoring the basketball, getting to the paint. He doesn't have the same bounce. He doesn't have the same confidence. And he just doesn't look like the same player. And the only reason why I made this video is because he went to the bench. And I feel like that's a low point because he got benched for Aron Baynes. And I think that hurts the most, where you're working out as hard as you can. You believe that you can make it. You have the positive support from your family, your friends, and your comrades, and you see that the progress of trying to get back to where you fell off, trying to get back to there, putting in more work. You're starting to get a little bit more confident. You're starting to feel like you can play. You're starting to see the shot go back in, and you just think right then and there, I'm going to be back the same player. I just got to continue to put the work in, and it hasn't worked out, and this is a low point getting, sent to the bench for Aron Baynes. Not that Aron Baynes is a garbage or a trash player. It's just the fact that you're not a starter anymore. And even when you do start, the team doesn't look good. You're 9-7, and now they done lost again. Now they 9-8. This was a team everybody predicted that was going to dominate the East. This is the team that everybody thought will finish at top of the East. Besides some people that picked Toronto, I had Toronto finishing second to Boston, and they don't even look like themselves, even with Kyrie. A lot of people said if they would have had Kyrie, they most likely would have beat the Cavaliers in a 7-game series with the same roster. They don't even look like a competitive team with Kyrie. Last year was a year ago. The NBA has got tougher. It has got harder. And at the end of the day, it's a different league. You can't just say just because you won 50 games last year, you're going to win 50 games this year. That's not how it works. You have to start all the way over. You have to win the close games. You got to go out there and execute. You got to go out there and play 82 games all over. You're not going to have the same damn results when you come into another season because you have different talent. The draft come in, the trades happen, and people roster changes, and this roster was staying the same. They had a lot of confidence in Brad Stevens. They had a lot of confidence that Gordon Hayward, he will get a chance to play himself back into shape. He'll get a chance to play himself back into the old form, and he hasn't reached it. And that was a part that all the Celtics fans' biggest fear was. Now that we have Gordon Hayward locked up for 3 years, including this season, and we're paying him over $20 million a year, and he doesn't even look the same to the point where he's not helping the team win. He's not making the offense better. He's not knocking down shots. He's not the point forward that he was before. And on top of that, Jason Tatum has been playing a lot better. Jaylen Brown has become a solid three-point shooter, and now he's replaceable and expendable because you have multiple forwards and multiple lanky, long defenders on this team, on the bench, and in the starting lineup like Marcus Morris too. And you still do have players like Marcus Smart that has a better defender than Gordon Hayward. He can create havoc just by doing that. So it's unfortunate because I am a Gordon Hayward guy. I'm a guy that believed in Gordon Hayward. I'm a guy that liked it, them picking them up, and especially because you see him getting back with his old coach where they had a lot of success. Plus, they had a lot more talent this year. I mean, last year, getting Kyrie, having Al Horford, and then, bringing in Jason Tatum through the draft, and obviously developing Jaylen Brown, and then you still have Rozier and everybody else on the bench. So it looked like a promising team. It looked like a team that was stacked. It looked like a team that had a lot of versatility. They can go big, they can go small, they can go long and lanky. They can even go with multiple 6'8" ball handlers and even run three like they were doing with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Gordon Hayward, which means they all can handle the ball, they all can shoot the three, and they all can create their own shot in isolation, which looks crazy and it sounds crazy, but the Warriors been doing it. But they had a little bit more shot creation on the Celtics team, and I thought it was destined to be a Golden State versus Celtics rivalry these next couple of years because I don't see a team that's talented enough to take them down. And boy, was I wrong this year. But in the Celtics' defense, it's still a long season. Last year, we started off 0-2, then went on a 16-game winning streak, and that shocked a lot of people. I feel like we're just a win streak away from taking back over the East and getting that respect. We're cold. We're trying to figure things out. We're trying to figure out how to win. We're trying to figure out how to play together. We're trying to figure out the best lineups. We're trying to figure out, just how to get this team scoring the ball consistently. There's no way you can have this much talent on a team and you can't score the damn basketball consistently, especially when you have one of the best isolation scorers in the league and Kyrie Irving, and then you just can't score. Even when you have a guy like Al Horford, that's a good pick and roll player because he can pull up from the elbow, can pull up from the three, but he also is a great playmaker. And then you add Gordon Hayward, it just couldn't work. It just didn't mesh. And I was surprised because that's a lot of offense just with those starting lineup. And the starting lineup has been the problem. It hasn't been good. They haven't been scoring. They haven't been passing. They haven't been finishing plays. And it just didn't seem like it'll work on paper. But that just shows you that just because you have a lot of talent, you still got to mesh it together. And that's something that we haven't been able to do. But I feel sorry for Gordon Hayward because the injury was unexpected. The injury was something that we didn't see coming. We didn't know how he was going to come back. We didn't know if he was going to ever get back to that same level. We've seen Paul George have a gruesome injury, and he was able to come back as an all-star. He was actually an all-star and an all-NBA player in the West. So, you definitely have to hold your head up high and think that Gordon Hayward, if Paul George can do it, Gordon Hayward is a guy that's a hard worker. He developed every single season. Should be able to do it, but everybody reacts to injuries different. Everybody, comes back different. Everybody is affected different, and he's not as athletic as a guy like Paul George either. So it didn't really help him athletically, and he doesn't look like the defender that he was, and he just doesn't look confident. And he's shooting terrible from the field. He's shooting a career low from the field at 38%, and he's only shooting 28% from three. And he's only giving us 9.8 points. He's still giving us 5 rebounds. He's still giving us 3 assists. But at the end of the in one still a game. He went out there and put his effort. He went out there and tried to play. He went out there and tried to get it together. He just haven't been able to put it all back together. And this is not going to be anything to rush, but all I'm saying is when you're paying a guy the amount of money that you're paying him and you're getting these type of results, and you're not winning games, and the fact that you have to bench one of your highest paid players on the team just so you can have a better chance at winning, it just show you how low and how dark things has gotten for Gordon Hayward. I hope he don't give up. I hope he continue to play because the only way you're going to get back to form is continuing to play. The only way you're going to get back to the old Gordon Hayward or close to it or even become back an all-star, You're going to have to play in practice. You're going to continue to put in the work, but you're going to have to play in games. And this could be the worst thing that happened to him because he was getting a lot of minutes. He was getting a lot of opportunity. He just wasn't hitting shots. He just wasn't making plays like he used to. And now that he has went to the bench, it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt his mentality too. And he might not even be at Celtics 2 years from now, which is unfortunate because I was so happy that he came and I was so happy for him having the ability to be an all-star leaving Utah. And then next year he goes to a stacked team like the Celtics, and then they make the Kyrie trade. And you think that we were only a couple months away from potentially being in the NBA Finals, which we almost did. And now we're taking a whole step back, trying to relearn and redevelop each other. And, Gordon Hayward ain't the same. What do you guys think? Do you think Gordon Hayward can become an all-star? Do you think that it's going to take him a couple years to get back to the level? Do you think he just going to have to change his whole style of play? And do you think he can, get back to that level, at least being an all-star, even in the East? The East is a little easier. You got a couple open positions for him to make it. Do you think he can become an all-star? Do you think they're going to waive him? Do you think they're going to trade him? Or do you think that, Danny Ainge is a guy that's, cutthroat? He going to find somebody to take his contract and move on from him quick, whether Brad Stevens likes it or not? Or do you think that they tried it long enough and is now we're 9-8? We got to start figuring out how to win right now before we get too far in the hole record-wise, or make a run at that number one seed. We can't continue to lose. If we really want to make a run at being the number one team in the East this year and have home court advantage throughout the whole playoffs in the East, we got to start fixing it and getting it right now and get back on the winning train, whether it's with or without Gordon Hayward. Ain't nothing personal. It's just business is what Danny Ainge does. And it's sad to see a player that we were so excited to bring in, a player that we were so ecstatic to see play with Brad Stevens again. And now he's a player that, just can't do anything. He's a role player, and he doesn't even look like that. He looks more like an 8th or 9th man on your bench. And I'm not trying to be bogus or pile it up on it. I'm just saying that's how far it has got right now. To when I watched damn near every Celtics. I watched every Celtics game this year, and Gordon Hayward just can't make a shot. He just can't create. All the shots he takes, besides the spot up threes, are all contested. Even when he gets the spot up threes, he's not hitting them consistently. It has looked very ugly for him, and I knew he was going to have to play back into shape, but now it seems like they're starting to have a short leash and they're trying to win without him. And that's the worst thing that can happen is see a team, finish second in the East last year and then get to the Eastern Conference Finals without you. And now they're starting to put you on the bench and move on. So let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thank you for liking the videos, enjoying the videos, and continuing to watch. And also, check out my Spreadshirt. There you can find t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies. Even things like water bottle, phone cases, pillowcases, even something random like a mouse pad. Thanks for supporting the brand. Thanks for supporting the movement. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. That's why I continue to go. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think. Is Gordon Hayward done? Or